Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Radiant Tale, and it has been a few days since I have recorded this. So, like, I do not remember anything. I recorded all the other stuff, like, over a couple of days, and then I was, like, a weekend, and I had to, like, get back into our other game that I'm recording in tandem. At this point, that one I think is wrapping up. I don't think it's done yet. But I had to, like, at least start it, because I was like, I am not in a good place with, I'm usually, like, weeks ahead, and now I'm, like, working my way to getting to be, like, 2 weeks ahead, but I used to be, like, 4 to 5 weeks ahead most times, but the last year has been rough. And there are times where I'm like, I have to record because if I go to post everything on Sunday, I don't have enough to go up for the week. Shit! So, like, there are times where I am, like, 3 days ahead, and, like, I don't like that. So, and because of that, I then have to record multiple games at a time. I usually just record a route of one game, put it aside, record a route of another game. This way, then the route that, like, say for Radiant Tale, it's like, yeah, the camera gets the time to sit before we start the next character route or whatever, you know? But, like, now, because it was just so much more difficult before. I like that process better, but, like, right now I'm going back and forth, like, I record a part of that, a part of this, a part of that, or maybe 2 parts of that, and then a part of that, and trying to keep everything even, and it's like, so, and I don't usually get a lot of time to record this stuff over the weekend. I do take breaks. I was like, otherwise I'll go crazy. So, like, and sometimes Friday nights, I don't. And Saturday I'm supposed to record my sim stuff, but I didn't this week because I was like, I just don't feel like it. And I didn't. But now it's like Tuesday because I spent yesterday recording the other game that we're playing. So it's been like 3 days since I recorded this one, and I'm like, well, shit. But anyway. Right. What's his face? Balto, the superhero, not dog, or the not superhero dog, but that's all I think in my head, was going to have, like, his little thing where everybody's required to show up, and we're going to show up there and crash this party. That's what was happening. All right. Vilio, Pashalia, Rady, and I arrived at the venue for the Sentinel Conference to promote our show. Wow, Volturia actually has this many people? If we're able to advertise to them at all, it'd be super effective. There were so many people around that it was hard to believe the city had looked practically abandoned before. Citizens, thank you very much for your attendance at the Sentinels Forum. I'm afraid his previous meeting is taking longer than expected. Please be patient until Lord Balto arrives. I don't remember Balto's voice, but it, like, doesn't matter. He's a side character. Oh, Balto isn't here yet. I think this is our chance. You got that right. Let's start promoting our stuff right away. Okay, let's split up and get hyping. I'm not too used to stuff like this, so it might be better if you all take the lead. Okay, sure. True, Villia was a tad out of touch with common knowledge sometimes. That's so cute. It's the nicest way to be like, he's kind of an idiot, but it's adorable, and we deal with it, because they're a little dragon. What are we going to do? For a moment of thought, I chose to go with Pashalia, go with Rady. What do we do? What do we do? What chapter are we in? Oh, we're in chapter 2. Oh, right, we're in chapter 2. Chapter 1 was, the Lita. Okay. I was like, fuck, where in my guide am I? Okay, because if I scroll up, I see go with Pashalia. Okay. Interesting. Looks like Rady and Vilio are mainly targeting children and families. What should we do? Well, let's see. I listened to Pashalia while observing the citizens. Vilio's performance packs a punch, and Rady is adorable as a mascot. Looks like they're both loved by the children and their families. But what a pathetic lot, deceived by such cheap tricks from those dubious people. Oh, these are supposed to be seniors.
As citizens of Kultura, we ought to respect the Sentinel's will. In fact, we must. Youngsters these days.
Senior citizens don't seem to approve at all. And you could tell, even when we tried to hand out flyers to the elderly, most didn't accept. Maybe the senior citizens of Kultura have a tendency to be critical of anything new. The Sentinel system has gone on in the city for a long time, so they must be very protective of their traditions. Even so, it was a performance. If at all possible, I wanted people of all ages to come. Shalia, it'd be nice if we were able to attract the senior citizens. Do you have any good ideas? Seniors. I don't know whether it'd work out, but I can ask the spirits to help us. Pashalia smiled at me before taking out a sachet. I'm sorry. Can you just take Pashalia up to the old ladies and they will show up? Nobody can. How? He's beautiful.
You're like, there's whippersnappers, and he's quite lovely. I think we'll go. Shut up, Henry, we're going.
And then, you know what I mean? Like, Ethel and Henry show up. I was like, I'm just saying. Or then all the little old ladies go, and if they're single, and then the little old men are like, well, there's going to be a lot of single old ladies looking at that pretty man, so let's go. You know, I'm just saying. What, not all old people want to, like, look at a beautiful man like this? Like, I just want to look at you, alright? It's like a nice piece of art. Only Spacey is an old lady? Oh, right, that's now. Anyway. Shalia smiled at me before taking out his sachet. Water spirits. Spirits, could you please lend me a hand? Okay, thanks. Let's go. Shalia smiled at someone invisible to my eyes before waving his hands and giving directions. Then bubbles of water appeared in the air. The moment Pashalia lifted his arm, look at the cuffs on his fucking sleeves. Those are beautiful. Wow. Wow is what I'm saying about that fucking sleeve detail. Like, damn. With loud splashes, the floating bubbles popped one after another. He asked the water spirits to make bubbles, which the wind spirits then broke. The water burst into tiny droplets, sparkling in the light of the sun. Like, you ain't special, we can all get a little wand and bubbles and blow on them and do the same damn shit. Why is he special? I'm just saying. You can kind of do this yourself if you get a thing of bubbles. Bubbles are awesome. Specks of light surrounded Pashalia like a veil, which, coupled with his appearance, made him look otherworldly, maybe even divine, right? Because he's lovely. Look at him. Beautiful. Yeah, just like that. Let's switch it up a little more next time. That sounds like a lot of water. Even I forgot we were promoting, mesmerized by the sight before me, but then, the next thing I knew, the senior citizens had gathered around Pashalia.
You were able to control the powers of wind and water effortlessly.
Oh, by the spirits, you must be a virtuous man for noble spirits to lend you their abilities freely.
I'm looking forward to seeing you all at Circus's next show. Kultura had been founded by Libra, and the citizens used their sachets to borrow the aid of the wind spirits and travel the labyrinth. Their high regard of the Sentinel, in the end, stemmed from their worship of Libra. Or Libera. Whatever, we're calling him Libra, okay? It's just easier, okay? Let's just deal with it. Somebody is triggered every time I say a name wrong. I know it. I was like, I am the same way. Like, if someone is, like, doing something and I'm like, no, stop that. And then they keep, stop it. Stop it! Stop it. That's not how you say it. Like, I get it. Like, but, like, I don't know exactly how to pronounce these. So, like, this is not like saying herbs instead of herbs. Herb is a person, and herb is something you eat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the best I can think of. I can't think of what word. There's something that people pronounce wrong, and I'm like, stop it. Drives me crazy. Like, and every time they say it, I'm always just, if I'm watching a video, I'm like, whatever. Whatever. And I just keep saying the right one. So I get it. There is someone that knows how these are supposed to be pronounced. Or, well, you think you do anyway. Maybe it's because you played the game in Japanese and you heard what they were saying. I don't know. But, like, these are made-up names. It's okay. We're fine. But, like, I get it. You're just gonna have to suffer. I don't know. The elderly, who place importance on tradition, care more about the spirits than the rest of the populace. Thus, Pashalia's performance of wind and water had been very impactful on them. This is no worse than when we're playing Code Realize and I didn't know how to pronounce Impy's name. I was like, it surely can't be Impy. It's gotta be, and oh my god. Still cringe at that one a little bit. And again, I'm sure Rady is supposed to be ratty. But again, I can't say it that way. It just sounds wrong. Makes me think he's mangy and like radiant tail. I feel like my logic there is sound. Even if it's wrong, it makes sense, and you can follow my logic here, so. Alright, promotion went pretty well. I think we had a great response. Yeah, and with this, on the big day, I was wondering why there was such a stir. What are you all doing, Just gotta have a cocky bit. He's so handsome for such a douche. I mean, seriously? Why you gotta make the douchebag hot? Well, okay, never mind. Why do they make the trash husbands the best? I mean, hello, Balto. I mean, what's up, dog? We're trying to play it cool.
Hello. It's been a while, old man. Couldn't you tell from watching us? We're promoting our upcoming show.
We didn't manage to receive your aid, so we're promoting by ourselves. My deepest apologies, but I'd like you to refrain from promoting as well. These are dangerous times, for the riots are still ongoing. Gathering my people in one area for a mere show is out of the question. Please do not be so irresponsible and make the citizens face unnecessary risks.
Lord Balto seems to be against it, guys. Curious about the show, but he knows best, right?
Yes, I suppose so. If Lord Balto says no, it'd be wiser to stay away. Sentinel's influence on the citizens of Kultura was immeasurable. He worked so hard to tip the scales, but one comment was enough to undo it all. Is it truly impossible in the end? I was on the verge of giving up, but then... Is this Ginia? Or do you think it's Zephora? Because I wonder if Zephora would show up. But at the same time, I'm not necessarily sure he would. I would feel like this is more Ginia showing up in this moment. You know? But anyway, I'm not sure who's saying it. I'm not going to read it in a voice because I don't know. But a girl's best weapon is her smile, you know? Don't hang your head. It is Ginia. Damn it! Look, it was either going to be one of those. I was leaning more toward Ginia, and I was going to do the Ginia voice, but then I'm like, what if it's Zephora? So... A girl's best weapon is her smile, you know. And don't hang your head. It does sound like something more that he would say, so I feel like that would have been a safe assumption, but oh well. Ginia? Ginia, who definitely said that he'd stay behind a camp alone, had come out of nowhere to stand by my side. And he would know about a girl's best smile because he makes a very beautiful not lady. And now then, let me borrow that for a bit. Ginia snatched away the voice amplifier arranged for Balto before raising his voice with a brilliant grin on his face. Voice amplifier! A mystic tool used during circuses shows. Mystic stones of wind vibrate the air and carry sound into the distance. I love how they have a magic explanation for, like, basically, like, video phones and, like, fucking microphones. Like, okay, attention please. Hello everyone gathered here. We are Circus, a performance troupe that's been sent by the king himself. And those who keep up with the trends might have already heard the rumors about how we sent Kalita into a frenzy.
The king?
Kalita, is that the Scholar City? Those unyielding researchers went wild for them? We've only one purpose, to deliver blooming... Oh, joy. I thought that's a job and I was to deliver blooming job? What? The fuck is a blooming job? That sounds inappropriate. My god, my brain. I can't read today. We've only one purpose, to deliver blooming joy to everyone in the city. Entry is free, and there are no age restrictions either. Everyone, please rest easy and come watch our show with the approval of His Majesty, King Vigonia.
So the king's saying we can go, right?
In that case, it's safe?
I might go for it. I can't disregard Lord Balto, but I can't go against His Majesty.
One person stepped forward and like a chain reaction, a second and a third. Ginny is an evil fucking genius. He acts like a vapid princess,
But he's an evil genius, and I'm really disappointed we can't date him. They need to localize the Fandisk stat. One after another, people began declaring that they'd come watch. Balto looked as if he'd swallowed a lemon as he watched the proceedings. What a pesky group.
And too bad for you, at the end of the day. No one can ever stop people from wanting to have fun. But if you insist, I suggest you file your complaints directly with the palace.
Look at him winking at him. Oh! Balto didn't rebuke Ginia. He fell silent. And now that promotion was done, we returned in high spirits. Then, evening arrived. We began reporting our results for the day. Everyone gathered at the forum seemed scared to a degree. But after I talked to the elderly and the children, like we expected, they found the present cultura suffocating. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and when we were promoting to the peeps there, Balto came to interfere in person, so the guy's definitely guilty.
And what happened after that? And did Balto hinder our promotion? I can read, I swear to God. I can't speak is the problem. And did Balto hinder our promotion? No, because Ginia actually showed up. He pushed through brazenly, saying we could have saying that we have the permission of the palace.
I'm pretty impressive when I want to be, you know. Political power exists to be used in situations like these.
In short, promotion was a big success. I think lots of people will come.
So, how do things go on your end, Zephora and co?
Talk to people who have experienced the madness of a riot, and their common traits were they lost control of themselves, their sense of pain was numbed, and moments before they went mad, they smelled a sweet scent.
Sweet? And does that mean there's a chance that drugs or mystic tools were involved? But if that were the case...
Yeah, normally there'd be physical evidence left behind, but nothing of the sort was found. Which is exactly why I was able to arrive at the answer, and only I had the requisite knowledge to figure it out. What do you mean? I suspect that Balto used Maracas perfume.
Maracas perfume? This perfume is made from maracas through a special refining method. Much like the maracas' cultivation process, the production method is known only to the Labyrinth Sentinels. Small amounts of this perfume can be used as an anesthetic, where increased doses cause hallucinations and irrational behavior.
Maracas... Was that the plant used in the sachets of the citizens here? Yes. Perfume made from fresh maracas flowers dulls pain and can drive people insane. It's especially effective on unstable minds. And being locked in your homes for years makes everyone a little unstable.
We can attest to this. Wait, maracas is that dangerous?
The dried herbs inside the sachets are safe. Only perfume made through a special process will have such effects. In small amounts, maracas perfume can actually be used as an anesthetic. It might be Maracas perfume, but again, I don't know where the accents go on these. Like that. I don't know where the accents go on these words, but anyway. In the past, it was apparently used often. Medicine evolved with time, and nobody probably knows about it nowadays.
Balto mentioned that only the sentinel of each generation knows where and how maracas plants are cultivated, right?
Yeah, and the sentinel's the only one who knows how to make that perfume.
And that's ideal for a perfect crime. If nobody knows about this, he'd never be exposed.
Did you manage to figure this out because you learned about the perfume as a sentinel heir, Zephora? Pretty much, yes. But why would he do that? Balto's the sentinel, so it's his duty to protect Cultura, right?
Perhaps that's his exact motive. Because of the riots, the citizens are staying home and obediently obeying the sentinel, right? He's causing the lunatic riots to instill fear into his people, turning it into a city that would do his bidding.
And, remember, he was like, it's great, nobody goes to conventions and shit, people just stay in their home working, making me money. That's horrible. Since we know this much, we should expose his evil deeds immediately and end all of this. No, probably impossible. Why? To charge Balto, we need to inform the public about the perfume. We don't have a way to procure any at the moment. We just split up to search...
No, that won't do us any good either. Balto has the labyrinth necklace, remember?
If he has the power to control the labyrinth as he pleases, it would be easy for him to create a space that no one can find.
Can't you make that perfume, Zephora? You had Maracas flowers, it's possible, right?
The precise method and the location of the maracas are only passed on when one takes over the title. Can't do anything. I feel like this is gonna be like a majority of what happens in his route. We're gonna have to deal, you know what I mean? Like, is there no other way? I mean, at this rate, we can't end the lunatic riots. The only way to do that is to drag Balto down from his position as sentinel.
And a race is essential if we want to do that now. Which means our hands are tied for now.
See, like, he has something he wants, and this is what he wants. So you go through the common route, and then his path is going to be coming back and doing in this, and that's what you're going to be doing, because everyone's probably going to go their separate ways in their individual routes. It's kind of interesting if that's the way they're going to go. Like, the common route is everyone together, yay! And it's not like where, okay, you go down, you start a common path, but then we're finishing up and doing this circus stuff and performing as a troupe, but we're falling in love with Zephora on the side, like, where we're all together. It's not like that. It's like you're going to go through the common round, and then you're like, I'm picking Zephora. And then, I mean, I don't know how you do the picking. Maybe you do pick. Not sure. But like, the common route has an end. And I'm not sure how his goes, but I'm assuming then you're like, okay, I'm going to go Zephora's route. And then it would be you go with him and you're dealing with all of this. And then everyone's got their own little piece of the puzzle after the fact. It's kind of interesting. I like it. Okay. Anyway. So, because I like this, you get to know everyone. You don't have to pick your love interest right now. You get to know everyone before you pick your love interest. I mean, I'm not saying no other game's done this, but, like, I feel like it's been a while. Like, so. Or we've had, like, a long common route, so.
I guess there's no shortcut. We have to put the riots aside until you gain a race as a reward from the king.
Zephora learned so much, but it feels like we're back at the starting point. You really think so? Huh? Why do y'all look so somber? We're a step ahead since we know the cause now, right? I mean, even if we know the cause, if we can't stop them from happening, then... You have a good point there, but we can actually prevent the riots from getting worse. We can do that now. What do you mean? The Maracas perfume is most effective on people who feel dispirited, right? In that case, we could just blast everyone's unease away with a great show. We can help everyone in the city face forward again so that each of them can protect themselves. I understand what you're getting at, but how? Do we open up counseling sessions with each and every one of the citizens? There would be no end to that. After our promotion session, I learned something. People here feel reassured when they're connected with others.
Yeah, but Balto's severing all those ties through force right now.
So we'll reestablish them with our show. Show that'll connect people. I absolutely love that our little himbo is an idiot, but also really fucking smart. Like, I mean, he's got no common sense, but you know what I mean? But he's got heart, and it's coming out here where he's like, I have a brilliant idea, because it's coming from his heart. Got, like, smart heart ideas, but, like, when it comes to the world, he's kind of stupid, which is just adorable. Who knew I'd love the little baby-faced himbo? I really like all the characters, but, like, he does win you over easy. You're like, you know what? I get why people like the baby-faced little himbos. He's adorable and precious and stupid, but also, he's got such a good heart in him. Just want to ruffle his hair. So adorable. Anyway. You make it sound simple. Is that even possible? Once we've performed here, we have to leave. The city might revert back to its current state after that. Zephora, you can become the bridge between the people here. Excuse me? Zephora, you can relink the people's ties that Balto severed. We can make it a show that'll tell everyone there's still hope here, that they can face tomorrow again. After I saw the city and heard about Zephora's past, there's been this idea brewing in my mind. Everyone, puzzled, stared at me, and I began telling them all about it. I can't wait to see our show. After many rehearsals, the big day finally arrived. That was fast! It was like I began telling them my idea. After tons of rehearsals, the big day finally arrived. Done next day. What? 3 lines and we're weeks away, like days away. Holy crap. And here we are. I mean, it makes sense. You don't need to go too much in detail. Like, that we didn't need. Like, the whole point of in Kalita doing the things was finding the Fae and doing the practices, and it was kind of like working out the kinks of our first show. So we don't really need to go through that again. He looks so fabulous! I love their costumes. I love Ginny. Look at him. He's so goddamn amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, beloved citizens of Cultura. I'd like to thank all of you for coming to our show today, in spite of the unrest and unease in the city. The security forces are stationed at each aisle, so please tell them immediately if something happens. And now then, let us begin our tale. The tale of a spirit long, long ago, before Cultura was even founded.
Love this so much. Once upon a time... Oh, wait, are we reading this as Ginia or us? I'll read it as us because I don't know who it is. Once upon a time, there was a fickle and mischievous wind spirit named Libra. Our show this time was based on the fairy tale of Libra, a story everyone in the city knew. It was formatted into a play with our own touches added to the original plot. It's like we're doing Hamlet. Uncle poisoned the king through his ear! Aw, look at that. That's cute. It's not really a CG, but it's kind of a CG. It's a doodle.
Libra wandered around the world as she pleased, going wherever the wind took her. And nobody could chain her down. She was free. Alas, at the same time, she was as alone as days went by. But one day, Libra met a youth called Aether, and she lost a match against him.
Aether, yeah, okay, alright. Like Arthur, but...
And thus Libra ended up staying in Cultura, just as she had promised the young man.
Libra, played by Zephora. I love how they... It's the boob window. It's the chesticle window that they're like, yeah, looks sexy, you should be her. Live together with the people of this land, huh? What in the world is that Arthur guy spouting? Oh my god, who's playing Arthur, and are you gonna kiss? Because I'm into that. I'm more comfortable alone with my freedom. Living with people? Ha! Your dreams. But, well, did lose, so... got a brilliant idea. Nothing better to do, so we'll have some fun messing with the villagers. Look at how goddamn sexy he is in his clown costume. I can't, guys. There's something seriously wrong with me. Because, like, I mean, okay, I'm not wrong, right? He's goddamn gorgeous, right? You're like, sexy clown is sexy. But, like, clowns are horrifying. So is anybody else like me? Raise your hands. I hate clowns. Clowns are terrifying. Why am I turned on by Zephora in his clown costume? What is wrong? Does anybody else have a fear action right now? Like, I mean, it's not even that. It's like, God, you're gorgeous. Again, I blame Yana Toboso for this weird clown thing, anime clown thing I have. Because, again, look at Black Butler. Just too much clown going on in that. I mean, again, Drissel's not really a clown. He's kind of more of a puppet. But he's like a ventriloquist dummy, which is also terrifying. And he's got that... those things are all mimes, clowns, ventriloquist dummy, all in the horrifying category. They're all in the same bucket of terrifying. And yet, you know, and then you got Joker, and then even Ginny is like the ringmaster of the circus, which, I mean, could be sexy, I guess, but like, you know, well, I mean, he is sexy, but I mean, that's not as horrifying. But then this clown, like, what the fuck? You can't do this. You can't make the clown sexy, anime/Otome, but I'm glad you did. But you know what I mean? Like, why'd you make the clown sexy? And then he's gonna juggle, and I'm like, well, I mean, okay. I just can't handle it. There's something wrong with me. This is like every time when I'm like, why am I in love with the himbo? When did that happen? Not Vilio. Vilio wasn't the first one. It was, oh god, what's his face? In that other game. You know, that one. Why can I not think of the character? But anyway, yeah. And it was like, Himbo, he's my favorite. I don't know what happened. You know? Like, Stranger Things. You never know with the Tomei games. You start liking when you get to bang your brother. And then you're, turned on by the clown. Like, everything is just ass end up in Otome games. Logic doesn't make sense, but here we are. I just want to look at him longer, but... I got a brilliant idea. Oh, I already said that. I'll have some fun messing with the villagers. He can mess with me any day. Look at that shit. Okay, no, that is like a medallion hanging on his thing. Look at the little chibi Ion. It's cute. I've made a good knife once again. I suppose I shall test how sharp it is. Huh. Ion aimed and threw the knife in his hand. Spectacularly, the knife pierced an apple. But there was more. Ha! Ugh! Ion tossed one knife after another. I love how his chibi is so thick, squishy. And they all skewered that same apple. Good. Not bad at all. It's so funny because his chibi's like so thick, but like look at this fucking man's goddamn stomach and his fucking snatched ass waist. Give me a break. Muttering that, this time he lined up 4 more apples. Alright, let's get in his way. Zafora, playing the role of Libra, crept over to the villager Ion and snatched the apples away. Love the little chibi! They're so cute! Look at his stupid fucking feet! Wait, are you really wearing like a thigh-high boot in your thing? I need to see full-body sprites now, because I can't. That's sexy. But like, their chibis are so adorable. Stop it! I like the fact that for the performances they threw in like chibi art, so... How are you gonna practice now, You want revenge? Ha! I dare you to hit these apples now! Oh my god, he's gonna juggle them and Ion's gonna hit the apples and it's gonna be amazing. I must be too tired. My targets seem to be flying around. But perhaps this is a divine trial that could help me make better knives. Ugh! Oh my god. Zafora looks so mad, but so adorable. Ah! Ion's knives struck the wavering, moving targets in succession. Nice. Then, after he sliced all the apples... A wind spirit must have helped me. Thank you, noble wind spirit. Ion bowed toward the audience before he returned backstage.
There you go. A villager cut these just now. It's better to have them while they're fresh. Really? Thank you!
What was with that guy? I was only taking out my frustrations on him, but... thanked me. Ugh, I can't stand this. I'll prank that guy next. I love how this is like parallel to Zafora. Like everyone's like, he's like, yeah, I'm being a jerk, and everyone's like, we love you anyway. And he's like, why? Just be mad at me. This is literally how we all act toward him. He's all salty and shit, and we're like, it's okay, sweetie, we like salt, it's good. Whoa, the fire's way too strong. Can a wind spirit do something? But hey, I think I'll make a better bread with this heat. Thanks, noble wind spirit. Fucking Vilio. I'm saying Zafora. What? So strong that my laundry might fly away. But thanks to that, it dried in no time. Thank you, noble wind spirit. This is exactly like... I love this so much. What's wrong with everybody? Why are they all thanking me? I hear more thank yous. That help me figure out why I'm feeling so conflicted. And just like that, one after another, the villagers came to adore the Great Spirit. As time ticked by, Libra's heart also gradually began to change. But one day, calamity struck the village.
The world's been dark for so long. Even the stars haven't come out for days.
There's no light and the flowers won't bloom. The spirits have disappeared too. Forget to see the beautiful starry sky or a field of flowers again.
at this rate, we'll have to leave this place.
How could this happen? We'd finally found a place where our hearts are at peace. The village was in danger, for darkness threatened to consume it whole. I feel like this is supposed to be Ginia reading this, because he's the narrator of the story, but sorry. If this went on, the villagers would have no choice but to abandon their home. At that moment, Libra appeared before the villagers. Also, sometimes doing voices for too long hurts, so.
Whoa!
What's with this wind? I'm tumbling! I'm rolling! You guys, don't you dare leave this place without giving me a say. I still have so many things I want you all to teach me. I'll protect you, all of you, I swear. So let's work together and bring light back to this land.
Under the call of Libra, everyone combine their powers to protect the village.
Come on, audience, help us too! And move on our signal, okay? Oh my god, stop it! He really does have one thigh-high boot. He's literally like the fucking... Stop it! Stop it! And he's... Oh my god, he's on Vilio's back. I was like, what's he on? I didn't realize that was Vilio in dragon form, but like, it's a CG in case you can't figure that out. And why are you so hot? Why is Clown Man sexy? Shit, Jesus. High boot also gets me, and there's only one of them, so it's that ridiculousness of like Amnesia where you're like, but it's a circus costume, so it makes sense, but stop it, too hot. There's no light, we'll make our own. If we all work together, I'm sure we can illuminate the entire world. Raise your hands, everyone. Sephora lifted his hand toward the ceiling. On that cue, everyone inside the hall raised their hands as well. And now! Oh my god, and now he's sparkling! Stop it. With that yell, we all swung down our arms. Glittering stars began raining down inside the tent, coating the hall with a layer of stardust.
Wow, it's so pretty!
It's a miracle of the spirits! The starry sky of Kultura must be just as beautiful as this! Exclaims of wonder resounded across the hall. Everyone scooped up the stardust into their hands, mesmerized by its shimmer. Then... I love the starry sky of the city. Zephora opened his mouth. Love everything about Kultura. Our gentle winds, our beautiful night sky, the bonds we all share. So let's all see the real stars together next time. We shouldn't cower in fear. We shouldn't live in the Kultura that we want to be. We should live in the Kultura that we want to be in. Let's take back the Kultura we love with our own hands. Don't close off your hearts to the world. Look around you. See? Your friends are right next to you, aren't they? Believe in the Kultura that I love. Believe that you have the power to do it. So, change, like I did. Change with me. These weren't Libra's lines. They were straight from Zephora's heart. He'd fought along all this time. He had fought alone all this time, and now he was bearing himself and his love for Kultura. I ruined that by not being able to read it, but like, man, those lines, I was like, you know he's speaking from his heart right now, and it like gets me. It's my little heart. Zefora, I know this is why I love him so much. Stop it. He's our angsty little marshmallow. Oh. There were no lies, no tricks. Just Zefora, the real him. That sexy ass fucking clown costume. Oh, look what they did with the little... Oh, I love it! There's just like the little stardust streamers coming over the screen. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. A long period of silence passed, then one person clapped, then another. It started off small and reserved. But once it began, it spread through the entire hall in the blink of an eye. It felt like the citizens' reply, and the moment that they began to approve of Zefora. Then, bathed in the unbreakable faith, the flora bloomed magnificently. Aww. I love this game, it's so fluffy. We needed this. Oh, now we're Zefora. Oh. As I listened to the ceaseless applause,
quietly tightened my hand into a fist. You did it, Zephora! The shooting stars were absolutely gorgeous! Look how excited all the spectators are! Dark, so I can't tell what's going on in the audience seats at all, you know. But even if you can't see, you can tell from the reception, right? Guess, yeah. Used to think that I'd pull off most things alone. People would never believe me anyway, so why bother concerning myself with them? Thinking that I stayed alone all this time. Oh, look at his sweet little face. Why? We are so blessed in this part to have so many Zephora CGs. I can't handle it. Spacey's gonna die. Oh, my heart. I can't handle it. I love our angsty clown bitch. Why? I love him so much. He's so beautiful. Look at this. Stop with the boob window. Whoa, Jesus Christ, phone. God damn. Oh! But I wouldn't have been able to witness this amazing scene if I had stayed by myself. If these guys hadn't barged into my world, I kept trying to fight on my own. Even though I knew it was reckless, it wouldn't get me anywhere. Look at his sweet little face right now. The guys managed to rip me out of it, violently and without my permission at that. Oh, so beautiful. Ridiculous bunch they were. I'd known that the moment I'd met them, but gone and surpassed my expectations. In spite of everything that had happened, I was able to perform all. They were never going to hear that directly from my mouth, though. Probably say that much at least. One day. This is only the starting line. Thanks to my friends, I could finally see the big picture. I learned there were people who'd clap for me like this. I still had people I needed to protect. I'm sure this city's gonna be fine now. I gazed at the people who stood proud and strong, facing the future. That's why, after this, I need to do what only I can accomplish. I love the fact that we get the little insights into them. You know what I mean? Because you know, you can imagine what's going through his head. You know what I mean? You can imagine like what's happening. But like, I like that they give you these little scenes so you can see that inside of him, where he's like, "Man, these guys are all crazy assholes, but I really love them. But I'm never gonna tell him that." And that's like, you know, that's exactly the way the Zephora character always acts. The Tsundere's always like that. Like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna thank you. Like, I guess. And you're like, look at you love us! And you know inside his head he's like, love these little fuckers. I'm not gonna tell him though. But I love the fact that we get to see that. It's just nice. I don't know. Oh, now we're Balto. Eyesores, all of them. Friends? What a joke. Working together? They sound just like my brother. Fools. Foolish peasants can't produce results in a herd. If we all want the same pace, the inferior would hold back the talented. If we all went at the same pace, sorry. These ignorant commoners can have blissful lives as long as they obey me, and yet, if they want to change, How silly. As long as I stay in power, I'm sure these fools will understand that I know best. Eventually. That sucks. And I just realized now with the Zephora one and the other, I always saw others, but I never noticed until we just saw Zephora that, like, yes, they show his picture, but it also says his name in the corner. And when it comes back to us, it says heroine, even though the H is there, and then the heroine part is, like, sideways. It's written, like, in the title card things. Like, I've seen the others ones before, but I think when we went into, it was probably Zephora. It was somebody else we were specifically in their mind. Oh, no, it was Rady. I didn't notice, I think, that it said Rady. I noticed on the ones that were others, but again, it's been a few days. After Kultura's show ended. Lord Zephora, may I have a moment of your time? Someone stopped us. It was the man who once grabbed Zephora by the collar in an alley and hollered at him to leave. Can I help you? Sorry, I know it's overdue, but I wanted to apologize. I'm so sorry about putting the blame on you the other day without hearing you out. He's like, excuse me? I knew that taking it out on you wouldn't do any good, but I kept thinking that if you were around in Kultura, the previous Sentinel would still be here, and our lives wouldn't have changed. Don't worry about it. Actually, thank you. Huh? After the show, so many people showed me their support. They want to return to the Cultura of the past. No one here tonight followed Balto's edict. You recalled what you loved about the old Cultura. That makes me very, very happy. So thank you. Thank you for remembering the soul of Cultura even after all this time. Lord Zephora, please, could you please stay in Cultura? If we want the city to regain its energy and spirit, I believe we can't do it without you. Zephora slowly shook his head in reply to the man's plea. Can't. I need to keep traveling the circus for now. Because I want to obtain one mystic tool to be able to dismiss us. I want to be able to obtain the one mystic tool able to dismiss a corrupt sentinel. Erase. Dismissal. To be relieved of one's job or duty. You're fired. Erase! I see! Yes, with Balto in the seat of Sentinel, we can never truly regain the Cultura we know and love. I'm certain that he'll continue to make all kinds of attempts to crush the spirits of every citizen in this city. So Understood! We'll defend Cultura on our own until you come back and knock that jerk from his perch, Lord Zephora. We'll protect the city in your absence. Yeah, I'm counting on you all. After the man left, this time Zephora turned to face me. I'll admit it, success was created by you and the others. None of this was luck. I cut off my words of gratitude. No, that's not accurate. Not just me and the others. We only pulled it off because you were here too, Zephora. Zephora went silent for a moment. That's obvious. You don't have to spell it out. Look at him with this snarky little look on his face. For a hot second he was like, I'm gonna blush, and then he's like, yeah, I know, I'm awesome. Covering his ass. I love it. Oh! It wasn't a sneer, nor anything artificial. For the first time ever, I saw Zephora smile from the bottom of his heart. Look at those sexy fucking eyes right now. Don't be giving me those bedroom eyes, sir. We still gotta finish the common route before we can get down to business. But, like, don't get me wrong. I'm 100% here. And the rest of the characters are gonna be great, but it saddens me. Intermission! Quick, go get your popcorn. Oh, wait. Never mind. Intermission's over. Too late. Did you get it? Too bad. I'm kind of, like, I'm excited that we can do his route first, because yay! But I'm also sad because he's my favorite, and I don't want to do his route first. And I know I could kind of switch them. I mean, I guess. To be fair, I don't think by the time this will be up by the time I have to choose a route. I'm not 100% sure. Like, softly suggested play order. I mean, Zephora, Pashalia, and Ion, we could do any of those technically first. You know what I mean? Because it says they don't divulge any substantial plot spoilers, so I think it's fine to switch them up if you need to. This was only a soft suggested play order, so I don't know. Do we save Zephora for, like, before we have to do Rady and then Vilio? You know what I mean? Do we do his, like, in the middle? And do we do Ion and Pashalia first? Like, so, like, let me know what you think, because we could switch around Zephora, Ion, and Pashalia. You know what I mean? I do like Ion, but I think out of those three, he least intrigues me. I do like him, though. Like, I don't think I dislike any of these characters. I like them all. But if I was going to save my favorite for last, it'd be Zephora. And I would save Pashalia for a little bit later, because I do find him gorgeous. You know what I mean? And Rady also, it was like those three I think would be my more top ones, because Rady seems to have a lot of interesting hidden things, and I'm kind of curious about him. Like, Vilio's adorable and great, but it's like, yeah, no, I would make your route one of the first ones I do, because as much as it would be fun, I wouldn't want technically to play his last. We have to. We don't have a choice. You know what I mean? Because as adorable and sweet as he is, he's not my type. But I do enjoy his character, so he's gonna get a free pass for liking him. You know what I mean? Like Impy does. They're like, I love you. You're adorable. You're not my. But like, you can't not love you. You know. But I feel like Vilio's that character. You're like, I can't not love you, even though like you're not normally my type, but you kind of win me over because you're just so damn adorable and stupid. You know. Heart of gold here. And then Ion, I'm sure there's way more interesting about him, and I am intrigued by him, and he is beautiful. You know what I mean? But I think right now, some of the others intrigue me more. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So let me know what you think, just in case I haven't started the route that we're gonna do by this point. Because I think at this point I might be like 2 weeks ahead in recording. Maybe a little bit more. I'm trying to get as far ahead as I possibly can, but we have plenty of time, I think, before this common route ends. So, well, if there's 5 chapters, but so I think if you leave thoughts on this video, like, oh yeah, no, this one, do this one, like the day it goes up or something, like within a couple of days, then I might not have started our route yet. Because I'm curious. If you've played it, do you agree with Otome Kitten? Like, it makes more sense to do it in the right order. Again, there's not really a right order. That was her recommended order. But it's kind of like, could we switch them up if we really want to do? Like, I don't know. I usually go with the recommended order because I feel like, someone who's played it knows. But if it's a soft recommended, it's like, maybe I want to save Zephora. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, guys. Let me know what you think. Anyway. And hopefully thought processes come in before I start recording the route. But I think we've got a little bit of time. So, by the time you see this, hopefully I haven't started recording whatever route. Otherwise, oops. Things have just been going off the rails lately with the whole, like, I'm going to put up a poll so you can vote on the game we're going to play and then, oh god, no, it's going to end tomorrow, and then actually it's going longer than I thought. So, like, everything's all over the place, and I have no idea about anything anymore. So, a few days had passed since we left Cultura. One particular night, I had a nostalgic dream. Ooh. This isn't quite... Well, it might actually be Chapter 3, because there was an intermission. Did we get a screen? Not intermission, but...
Look, Daddy, Mommy! So many shinies flying!
There's a memory of when I used to live with my parents. Back then, I was a curious child who'd get stars in my eyes whenever I found something new or unusual. I loved my parents, who'd tell me about many wondrous topics like fae or magic. Oh, so you can see them, Spacey! Those shinies are actually water spirits who live in this river. Here, Fritz! Yep, our little neighbors who live in the water of the river, the fire of our hearth, and even in the soil.
Huh, so this place is the house of Mr. and Mrs. Spirit.
And that's right. And that's why we mustn't make it dirty or ruin it. You'd be sad too if your house were gone one day, right, Spacey?
Uh-huh.
And Spacey, even if you can't see spirits anymore after you grow up, they're always right beside you, supporting the entire world. So remember to be grateful even after you become a big girl, okay?
Huh? Oh, Rigel, our girl doesn't understand such complicated things yet.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. You know how I am with things like these.
Oh, who's saying, hey, Rigel, Miria! How much longer are you gonna fool around? The tower's summoning you, remember?
Ah, I completely forgot.
It's about the paper on the Dragon's Island, right? Was there progress? That's why Vilio's at the very end, because he's the Dragon Island, and our parents did something terrible, didn't they? We're like having a memory like our parents were wholesome, and they weren't! Or maybe they did research that led to something bad, and that's why they were murdered, and it was like, but they didn't know they were doing something bad, you know what I mean? It's like, your boss gives you a job, hey, I need you to research this, and you're like, okay, and you give them the information back, and then you're like, what do you mean you just murdered people with that? I didn't... My research did that, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just saying.
Sorry, Spacey. We're heading up to work, so be a good girl at home, okay?
You're the best girl in the world, so you'll be fine, right, Spacey?
Yeah.
Their gentle voices echoed in my ears. Well, not so much me when I do them. They placed their hands on my head. Before I could remember the warmth of their touch... Our mom is so adorable. She's so cute. Dream? It was... And Dad, and... seemed to be someone else as well.
Was it Rady? I bet it fucking was.
Because remember, we were like, oh yeah, you're getting, like, remember, like, Spirit was like, when are you gonna fucking tell her? And it's like, and Rady seemed, oh my god, I bet anything it was Rady.
Oh my god. Oh, guys. Should have thought of that. Yeah. It's been a long time since I'd had a dream of the past. Perhaps because of that, my head throbbed with pain as if it were being squeezed. I placed a hand against my temple, my face contorted in agony. Maybe there's some kind of spell on us to make us forget. I woke up at a weird hour of the night. Still completely dark out. I turned over in bed and went back to sleep. Okay, so in short, you want to know what spirits really look like, isn't that right? Yeah, I can't see them at all right now. They helped us out in Kultura after all, and we might ask for their help again for future shows, so I wanted to know, just in case.
Well, I suppose in our eyes it would look like the wind would sometimes be sparkling.
And those sparkles are spirits?
Yeah, more powerful spirits have a more distinct form, but weaker spirits are really faint. They appear like little grains of light to us.
So there you go. When you see little sparklies in your eyes, it's not because you stared at the sun, it's because there's spirits in your eyes.
Say, why are you bringing up spirits out of nowhere?
Big reason, really. I just had a dream of my past last night. And I just remembered that I was able to see spirits as a child, but before I'd realized it, I couldn't see them anymore.
Dream of the past?
Look at how wide his eyes got! You didn't see it. He was squinting his eyes at us, and now he's all wide-eyed because he was there! He was the other voice! I bet anything if we had voice acting on, we'd be able to tell. Yeah, Spacey as a child. How old were you in that dream?
Staying on topic, spirits, right?
Yeah, it was him.
How about you two, Sephora, Ion? Could you see spirits when you were little?
Ion was a little startled at Rady's sudden interjection, and he frowned, unsure. I'm not too sure whether I did or not. My memories are somewhat vague, but what I am sure of is that I cannot see them now. That's probably the case for most humans. The research from the Sage Tower backs it up. Even if you're able to see spirits as innocent children, unless you stay engaged with them, you lose the ability with age.
Right. Apparently more people were able to casually talk with spirits and borrow their help in the old days, but as mystic tools became more mainstream, there was a sharp decline in people who relied on them and could see them. Or so they say.
Oh my god, are the fairies and fae spirits trapped inside the mystic tools?
That feels a little sad to hear. Mystic tools, we can achieve the same things without asking the spirits, but
neglecting them because of that alone isn't right, in my opinion. I feel like they would be able to see it and be like, there's a pixie in that stick! You know what I mean? A pixie stick. Delicious. Shalia went silent. I didn't know what to say, so I shut my mouth, but then there was a light pat on my shoulder, courtesy of Ginia. He's so supportive.
And don't fret. Even you'll be able to see spirits in the next city on our itinerary.
Really?
Indeed. And next up we're heading to Oriens, the city on water. It's the city loved by spirits, founded by the great spirit of water, Leve. The legends say she especially loved humans.
Leve, the great spirit of water who cares for and interacts with humans the most. Oriens has a lot of anecdotes about her related to love. Oh! Well, this is... Oh! Hello, other boyfriend! We love him. We love all of our side characters. Goddamn, can we date all the side characters in the fan disc? This game is amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here because we got a minute or so. So we'll get to Alest's, introduction. I was like, is whatever his story time, his information piling on us. Whatever, words failing me right now. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. His story. We'll get to all this in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.